Hello and welcome back to my build series on YouTube for Elder Scrolls Online, the Dragon Bones patch. This build is going to be my alternative build for solo play and also trials play, depending on what gear you're wearing. You can also run this in trials, and what Mundus you're running. For solo we run the Lover, but for trials we would run Apprentice. Because the penetration cap would already be met with the various debuffs that the group would use. So, the last build was 5 mechanical acuity on front bar, 5 master architect as a steady set, and 1 Kina. That build is a pretty good support set for trials. This build is almost exactly the same as what I was running in Clockwork City. This is the champion points haven't really changed. They have changed a little bit though. So basically, what I'm running as a 4-piece is I'm running Infallible Ether. It's a very good set with an infused flame with flame damage enchantment on the front bar. Just really good for that crit, that extra crit that you get. Very OP. I'm running an infused Maelstrom Inferno Staff on the back bar with the Berserker enchantment on it, which basically we're swapping from bar to bar over and over again, so this weapon damage and spell damage enchantment is up a very high percentage of the time. Because we're running kind of a trial base build, like maybe VMA or something like that, we're running Valken Scoria. We could run Grothdar as well. It just depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for single target, you're going for Scoria. If you're looking for AoE, you're going for Grothdar. And then finally, we're running a 5-piece Burning Spellweave set. It got nerfed a few patches ago. It's still really viable, especially on a MagBlade. And of course, we're running all infallible jewelry with the spell damage enchantments on them. Our champion points have changed. I believe on the other build I was running 7 Thaumaturge. This time around we're running 32 Spell Erosion, 51 Elfborn, 64 into Elemental Expert, 61 into Master at Arms. We're doing 1 into Staff Expert, and 31 into Thaumaturge. You could run 40 into Thaumaturge and just take a few points out of maybe Elemental Expert or Spell Erosion, depending. This fluctuates. You'd probably want to run anywhere between 22 to 32 here. Yeah, and that's about it for the blue CP. See, green CP, I always run 75 and 75 here. You know, recovery and resource return. So really the build hasn't changed too much. Neither has the rotation. It's just the gear that has changed. So anyway, I hope this helped. This build right here will pull bigger numbers usually in a DPS parse and out in the world than the 5 Acuity, 5 Master Architect, 1 Kina build. That build is a very much trials build, group-based setup. This build, however, will get you through all the rest of the content, including things like Dragonstar Arena, Maelstrom Arena, and other things like that. Another option for the back bar, you could run, I don't even think I have a lightning staff, but you could run a lightning staff on the back bar. Yeah, I don't think I have a... No, I don't have a lightning staff on this guy, but you could run one. A lot of people did last patch. I don't know if I mentioned it in the last build as well. I'm also running Twisting Path on the front bar, Blockade and Crippling on back bar, just to make it so it's less time on the back bar. Also, I should note that my character is a high elf. Dark elf produces just slightly more damage, but it's not necessary. And those are my raw stats on front bar. Now, if I were to change to Grothdar, I think I would have more max magicka. I don't have a very good shoulder, but yeah, if I were to change, I would have just a little bit more max magicka. And because we're running inner light on both bars, I am using Essence of Spell Power that does not give the critical chance. It just does the spell damage and resource return because it doesn't stack with inner light anyway. So I figure if it's not going to stack, why use it? So that's kind of where I'm at on that. So anyway, if you want a more in-depth explanation of the abilities and why I've put them here, and also to see a DPS parse of this build, it's all up on YouTube. It's all up on my DPS page. And also the other build explains all of the abilities and why I use them and why they are in certain slots. So yeah, if this helped you, leave a like, consider subscribing to support my channel, and as always, I'll see you next time.